Welcome back to another episode of STL Real Estate Roundtable. I'm your host, Jaden Barr, CEO and team leader of Keller Williams Realty Chesterfield. And today I'm joined by a very special guest. Frannie Benoist.
Hello.
I'm so excited to have you on, Frannie. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule.
Yes.
I start off every episode the same way, which is what got you started in a career in real estate?
Well, I dropped out of college. So I pride myself on being a college dropout and finding a lot of success. So I was in school. I wasn't obsessed. I loved the aspect of it. All my friends were there, but I was like, what am I going to do? I mean, you go to nursing school, you become a nurse. I was like, I have no idea. Mm-hmm. So I tried a lot of different paths. I switched schools and I was like, yeah, I'm quitting. And then my parents were like, that's totally fine. But what are you going to do? What are we going to do? So, actually, you just had her on, Angela Wibbenmeyer. Mm-hmm. So my friend at the time was nannying her kids. And my friend was like, the mom I nanny for is an agent. What if you just met with her? And I had talked about I think real estate would be fun. I had no idea what it was, no connection to it. I was like, sure, I'll do it. Yeah. And I met with her and I had no other plan. So I just was like, okay, I'll just go to real estate school. Mm-hmm. And then I got my license and I just went to Keller Williams because I just knew someone there and I was like, yeah, this is good. I didn't really do much thinking or interviewing. I just kind of did it. I kind of fell into it, I guess I should say, out of having no other option.
Yeah. Yeah. So what were you going to school for? What was your degree?
Oh, I think I started, actually, I went into Mizzou with a business minor in real estate. I actually was going to do that. But then I got the schedule and there was accounting. I switched my major before I even went. Okay. Because I don't like math. And so I switched my major. And then I was communication. And then I was probably 6 different in the 6 months I was there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. So undecided.
Yeah. There was no clear path going on there.
That's awesome. Yeah. So we were talking right before you came on about tax season, taxes, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe what is something that surprised you once you got into the industry? I feel like nobody would think about taxes when they're oh, I want to be a real estate agent.
Yeah, no. And that's the main thing that surprised me was it's not easy. You know, you hear a lot of people oh, I'm going to be a part-time agent and sell a couple on the side. Yeah. There's no selling a couple on the side. That would, if people could sell a couple on the side, the people who would be in this business would be in it for a lot longer and have a lot more success. Yeah. It's very simple, the concept of it, it's just not easy. Yeah. You know, the concept of selling someone a house, we can do that. But finding the clients, that was mind. I was oh, wow, this is hard. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, success is simple. It's not easy. Correct. Right?
Yeah, I think we as agents don't do ourselves any favors either, because when's the last time you asked an agent, hey, how's it going? And they said, terrible.
Right. No one.
Never.
No one.
Right?
Everything's great.
Yeah, everything's great. It's awesome.
Yeah.
With a smile on their face, right? So naturally everybody's oh, this must be so easy. Yeah, it must be a great time.
That must be a great job. You make your own schedule. You make your own hours. And I'm I did think that was a great term. That was a cool thing to get into the business for. But then it's not really like that. I mean, you do make your own hours. But if you want business, you need to be consistent from 9 to noon doing X, and then from noon to 3 doing this. So you end up doing the same thing as a corporate 9 to 5. Right. If you want to be successful.
Yeah, you treat it like a business. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So obviously you're wildly successful. What would you attribute that to? What would have been some of the keys to your growth? Because when did you get licensed?
I got licensed when I was 20.
Okay.
I'm 23 now.
3 years.
So it'll be 3 years in May.
3 years in May.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's camp out there for a minute, because I feel like there's probably a lot of younger agents out there that are well, I'm so young. Why would there's limiting beliefs, right? Of why would somebody trust me with the biggest purchasing decision of their life, or biggest financial decision of their life? How'd you overcome that? What what are what's your secret sauce there?
Well, like, you're always as young as you want to, like, you're as new as you want to be, you know? So I could still say I'm new, and, and there's agents on my team who have been in the business for 6 months, but they're not new. Like, they have the tools, they have the training. Now it's just like, go. And if you keep saying, oh, I'm new, then you're really going to not have any business or any success. I would attribute all of it to just, I was like, well, almost I'm super competitive. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to school and I'm going to do this. Like, I better be really good at it so that, like, no one can be like, what are you doing? Yeah. I was like, this has to work and there's no other option. And I was like, I got like the first deal. It's kind of like, I'm not addicted to drugs, but I guess I imagine this is what it's like being addicted to drugs. It's like,
imagine what it'd be like to be a drug addict.
Yeah,
this would be what it would be.
When you get that first deal, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And you like want the next and you want the next and it keeps going. It's awesome.
That's awesome. So you're on a highly successful team right now.
Correct.
Right. So how much of that do you think, because I think that's a common question whenever people get licensed, right? Me being in a leadership position is, should I be a solo agent? Should I join a team? Right. And I really have to ask some clarifying questions of like, well, what do you want?
Yeah.
Right. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want out of your business? Like, what's your long-term growth plan? Like, how did you come to that decision? And then, obviously it's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, so I joined the team right away. I had no idea there even was team solo agents. I seriously was just like, yeah, I'm going to get this license and see what happens. And then I was at Keller Williams, like setting up my command. And then I kind of just ran into Angela. I'm on the Kittner group. And she was just like, hi, and whatever. And then another agent on the team reached out to me. And I knew of Angela. Like, you'd have to be living under a rock. I live in the city to not know who she was. I mean, she just like sells all the inventory there.
Sign on every corner, right?
Right. Sign on every corner. And I was like, oh, and I'm her daughter's age. So like she was, I was like, oh, that's who she is. And so then she had me come into the office and I was like, I think this is what is the smartest thing for me because I am young. So I need to like buy in that trust from people. Like they're trusting me with their biggest asset. So why reinvent the wheel when she's created this empire in the area I already live in? Because I lived there, still do. Like, why don't just like do it with her? Because I mean, she would say she's not a day over 27, but she's not going to live forever, and like someone has to like keep going, and she has created something that's so amazing. So I just kind of like, she would be at the table, like I'm at the table, like I'm mimicking like all of what she's doing and I just run with it.
Yeah.
And people trust her. So like, I'm like, hey, I'm going on this listing appointment. They could be like maybe a higher end client. I'm like, come, buy in their trust, and then we work together.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I'll ask you a question that might make you uncomfortable, but I want people to know like how successful you are, right? So like, how many homes did you sell last year in 2025?
Last year was 102.
102 homes.
Yes. So our team did 250. And then, so they always ask that. People are like, oh, that was just your team. Like, no, our team is highly successful at 250. And I did 102.
That is incredible. Yeah. That is incredible.
Yeah.
So what is the next, first off, how?
Yeah, we do look at, it's like, how did we do that? Because how do we do it again, right? And I would say it really is, success is so boring. And as much as like that, people hate to hear that, like, oh, I want to be like running around, like showing, popping confetti, balloons. I love this job.
Which you do.
Which I do, yeah. Which is the fun part. But like, I mean, yesterday from like 8 to 4, I was like at the office, sitting on my laptop, finding new clients, following up, negotiating. Like, that's the less fun stuff that you don't see, but you have to do it. Even when, to avoid that, like, roller coaster, I have a ton of deals. I don't have it. Like, I have a lot pending right now, but, like, it's my priority to sit in the office and just, like, do my tasks.
So what does a day in the life of Frannie look like?
A day in my life, I wake up really early, and I think that is, like, the best thing anyone can do. Like, I know people say, like, I'm not a morning person. Like, it is amazing because we're in a business where your phone like never stops. And it's people have enough common courtesy to like not text you at like usually between like 5 and 8 a.m. And so when I wake up at like 5:20, I work out. I work out with my dad like every day. I have a house, but like I don't really live there because like I'm still young. So I do live there sometimes. So like usually he's there and he'll be like, let's go. We're going and we work out. And then I get ready and I go into we have an 8:40 call every morning too, which is amazing. So if you don't have if you're not on a team, accountability is huge. Like regardless of what I'm doing, get up, you're on the phone, we role play, and then I'm in the office until usually maybe noon. And then if I have a listing appointment or something, I'll go on it in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But I have a showing partner, so the running around showing part of my life is kind of been eliminated.
Yeah. How much time do you think that saves you?
Oh my gosh, so much time.
Because out of the 102, how many of those were buyers or sellers?
They were 60% buyers. So it's a lot of buyers.
Yeah.
And there's no way I can physically be showing people houses while still, finding them off-market deals, calling agents, negotiating for them if I'm showing them. So I have Lauren, she is the best. And anyone on my team, if Lauren's not available, people that I can trust to take them because, really anyone can show them a house. But it's more of what I'm doing while they're at that house, finding them the off-market deals, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I always teed up because I would say similar to you in that I really value leverage, right? You can't be in two places at once, right?
Yeah.
So I am in a leadership role, right? That requires a lot of my time, but I also have a sales business to run as well. And so knowing that, how I just tee it up is when I'm talking with buyers, saying, hey, I can't be in two places at once. You're actually going to have a better experience with my showing specialist.
The key is better. Yeah. They're going to have a better one.
They're better at that than me. Yeah. But you're not hiring me to open a door for you. You're hiring me for offer, strategy, contract negotiations, and to find the house you want when you want it at the price you want it.
And I think people get caught up in that. They're like, I need to be the person that does all of it.
Yeah.
Of course, I am there when it's important. If they're we found the house that we want, I'm going to go see it. I'm going to be at
we want your eyes on it or whatever. Yep.
But I don't need to be at the 12 houses we saw before that, especially when Lauren is better at it than me. That's her, your 80-20. What are you really good at? Yeah. And she's really good at that.
Yeah.
And so I'm run with it. And my mom, she's almost retired. And she'll start working for me.
There we go. Yeah. Come on now. Family business.
Yes.
So with that absurd growth in the business, so what have been some of the biggest challenges associated with that, that have come along with that growth?
Yeah. I guess I just had to learn how to run at a new pace. So I slowly started having more pendings, and you have to figure out how to work with that. And now if a standard for me is I want to have 10 pending at all times. And that is my new pace. So now it's easy because I figured out, okay, I leverage this. Someone's doing this. But before that, I was running around with my head cut off.
Right.
I was missing things. Where is this? And then I really didn't feel like I could give the client the best experience because I was running around. But then when I figured out how to be organized and use my calendar, which is the craziest thing, but I use my calendar now. It's changed my life. And that is, but now that pace that's normal.
Yeah.
So if you could just get over that hump, adding on, we have 2 transaction coordinators. So I'm not doing the paperwork. We have the showing specialist. We have a director of ops. Everyone's working so that I don't lose my mind or mess up. Every client is going to have a great experience.
So as you're saying all this, I'm thinking, what did you do the year before you did 102?
47.
47. So you doubled. One doubled. So if you doubled this year, go from 102 to 204, what would be the first thing to break?
Oh.
Besides your sanity?
I would have to hire like an assistant, I think, for sure. Because I'm still doing my own contracts and everything.
Yeah.
And like life, you know, I very much like I would have to hire someone to do that stuff because I am young, and it was like super, super important to me for like to never feel that I had to say no to things because I was like the one working.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I say yes to like everything socially, business wise, because I'm like, I'll make it work, because I never want someone to be like, she missed out because she didn't go to school and she was working or something. So now it's just a habit. Like I run really fast. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, I asked you to be on this yesterday at like 4 p.m.
Yeah.
You're here.
Yeah. I was like, everything can be worked out. Yeah.
That's great. Okay. So looking at the business that you built, what are you most proud of?
I am most proud of, I don't know. I've never been asked that. I thought, I never imagined to have like this much success and to be able to keep it up at the pace I am is something I'm really proud of. And being able to do it on a team with other people that will hopefully like run at the same pace, that's really cool to watch.
Yeah. You bought your first house last year too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it was going to be possible, but then Angela was like, "You should like fill out the mortgage application." Like, what boss? Like she doesn't like being called boss, but she was like, let's do it and see what happens. And I would have never done it if she didn't say that. So I did it, and I was like, I don't even have 1 full year of tax returns. Like, there's no way I'll be able to buy this. And they made it work. And we were listing the house, actually.
Okay.
So we had the listing, and I was like, hey, I got pre-approved. It will work. And then it was a challenge to myself. I was like, I want to buy it before I'm 22, while I'm 22.
Okay.
Before I turn 23. So we made it work.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I bought a house in September.
That's awesome. Yeah. Congratulations.
So I guess it'd be that. I mean, I was really proud of myself for doing that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so what's kind of the vision for your business? Like, what's going to take it to the next level? What are you currently working on? Like, what in your business can get better that you're currently working towards? I am
as like a team, we're scaling really high on trying to run with AI, social media. I feel like everyone is. Yeah. With like the systems, the time blocking, the leverage, that's been huge in the last year, and that's great. Like we have that down, not perfect, but you know, we're getting there. But if we want to stay top of mind, we have to be like the best at AI and our social media.
Yeah, let's talk about social media, because that's like a hot topic for every agent.
Yes, it is.
What's your approach to social media? Oh, I'll back up. Out of your leads that come in, like, where do those come from? Like, what are your lead sources? And
majority of them are Sphere.
Okay.
And I would say a lot of it comes from, I think people get confused or intimidated by the posting on social media. Like they need new people to fill out a client form in their bio. That's not what I'm trying to do. I want to stay in front of the people that I know, but maybe not necessarily would just like pick up the phone and call.
Yeah.
I had clients who like I would have probably never reached out to, like from high school or like college, that no bad blood, but I would have
forgot about them.
Yeah, I would have never like intentionally been like, let me see if I can help them. But I kept coming up on their social media, and they just reached out and they were like, hey, we're ready.
Thinking about buying a house.
Yeah, because I stay top of mind. So it's really, I'm not trying to get like strangers to, if they do, that's great on social media, but it's really staying in front of the people that I know in the way that speaks to them. Like most of them live with their parents, so I'm not going door knocking. Most of them never pick up the phone, so I'm not calling them. Like they're going to see me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've made connections with people that I probably would have never spoken to ever again.
Right.
If they didn't see me and reach out.
Yeah. I was 23 when I got licensed, and so I was in a similar boat of like, okay, if I call my buddy that I graduated from college with at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, he's going to be like, why are you calling me? What's wrong?
Someone
Who died?
Say, what's wrong? That's,
Yeah. He's like, we don't call people. Like,
yeah.
And so that was, I feel like I fought that for so long because I was just like, this is what I've been told to do. Like, as a real estate agent, you have to call people. You have to call people. You have to call people. And I'm like, I don't like that though.
Yeah,
so,
I like really doing what you like shows, and it works.
Yeah.
So I love doing that. Yeah, I'm not a huge caller either.
Yeah. I will, but
yeah, I will.
You know,
I will call a stranger like in a second.
Yeah.
But it's like the people that I know that I'm like, oh, hi. But I would say Sphere is the best leads. Like they know, like, and trust you. Of course they'll use you. And now it's coming to the point where like my friends' parents, they trust me because I built a track record that I almost don't need to buy in people's trust as much.
Right. You don't have to convince somebody that you're good at it.
Yes.
You're like, I'm
like, I promise I can do it.
I am who I say I am. Yeah. That's great. So what's, as far as like, maybe like, you know, you mentioned you're in the same circle as Angela, right? Like running with people that are running at a speed that you want to get to, right? Like, what are some of the key lessons that you've learned from her? Yeah. And working side by side.
Well, we always say, like, in the office, like, you are a combination of like the 5 people you hang out with the most. And I live by that. And I am in the office. She's in there every day. So like, it speaks a lot. Like, someone who runs the #1 team in St. Louis City is still in the office every day. And like, if you aren't going to take that as an example of what you need to be doing. Yeah. So she's in there with her laptop every day. And so I'm right there, and I hear her on the phone. She's still talking to clients, and I just mimic that. And being around that, she runs at a high pace, so I just do too. And she's very generous. You know, people will call the sign on a lead, and they're like, "Hi, like, Angela, we called you." And she's like, "Oh, here's Frannie." You know, she'll take great care of you. And to like be able to do that and come from contribution, because, you know, when you give enough out, you get good back. Yeah. And that has been like one of the biggest lessons to learn, that coming from contribution, because she does it every day, and it clearly works. She's very successful.
There's a book called Go Give or Sell More. Yeah. And I truly believe that. Like, the more you give, the more you get. Yes. Right. What have I not asked you that I should have?
I don't know.
So with social media, like, or not social media, the tools that you use for your business, what has been the most impactful tool? Because, I mean, people will watch this that are aspiring to get to your level, right? What have been some of the best tools? Yeah, I would say you don't need to. There's that shiny object syndrome where people are like, I guess I have to buy this and do this. And but like, let's remember, like, when you're starting the business, like, no one's giving you a paycheck. So maybe go for the free options. Lead with revenue. Yes. Open houses. Like, I am still doing open houses, like 2 to 3 a month. I used to do them a lot more. Now I have more sellers, so I'm doing like 2 to 3 a month, but they're free, and everyone should be doing them. Your database, your system, it's already there. Work it. Like, the money is in there. I wouldn't go out and spend money on things and get caught up until you have the money to spend it. Right. Then you can start exploring on, you know, educational things. And this past year, I did invest in a program called Socially Sold for my Instagram, which has extremely elevated it. But I didn't do that until I felt comfortable enough to spend the money to do that. Right. Because the platforms that we have, I don't know how much longer they'll be free, but like Instagram and TikTok, they're free. So just use those. Use what you have for free. Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, social media is such a valuable asset for those that choose to use it. Yeah, you know? It's the best way to, I mean, you can reach like hundreds of thousands of people in seconds. Like, how long would that take in emails or calls? But again, to your point, like, your approach to social media is not to amass a huge following. It's to speak to your micro community. Yeah, I don't even have 1,000 followers on my business account, which I think is very important, like, for people to know, but I still get like hundreds of thousands of views a month. It doesn't matter how many like followers you have. It's about the pages that I'm reaching with it. And that's what I've learned throughout it, and I'm just really consistent with it.
every day.
Yeah.
And it pays off. It could take like a couple months, you know? It's a marathon, not a sprint. The whole business is.
Yeah, for sure. Couldn't agree more. So I ask every guest that I have on this, what's the most impactful book or podcast that you've read or listened to?
Well, I'm not going to lie to the people watching because I'm not a reader, or I listen to like people would say like I am professional, like on like the business front, but like I like reality TV. Like I don't listen to anything educational, but I swear by the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. If you are an agent and you want to get into like, you have to have that.
Yeah.
Or like the Millionaire Real Estate Investor. I just read that.
Yeah. There we go.
I want to invest.
Yeah. What do you think, what advice would you give to an agent that's watching this that is aspiring to get to your level of production?
I would say stay consistent and be very disciplined. And like, this is like one of the very, very little things that kind of changed my outlook on things. You know, I wake up early. So like, let's say 5 a.m. And the rest of the world's probably waking up at 7.
Yeah.
If you do that every day, Monday through Friday, you have an extra 2 hours a day. So like a 10 extra hours a week on everyone else. If you could do that and start making that a habit, you will outpace everyone else.
Yeah.
And I mean, you have to be productive with that time, but like, you know, working out, getting your mind right, figuring out your day, setting your calendar, and then like using an extra hour to do at work, you will be light years ahead.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting going like me playing college athletics, just being an athlete my whole life, like having that competitive mindset and, the being told when to work out, how to work out, how much weight to lift, what to eat, like your whole life.
Yeah.
And then you get out of college and it's like, there's nobody there to do that.
To do that?
Yeah. But you've just already built that habit where it's like, if I don't work out, I start to like feel uncomfortable. I'm like, I haven't moved my body today. I haven't like lifted any weights. Like something feels off.
It is a real thing.
Mind, body, like everything. And so. And
if you don't take care of yourself first, like there's no way you can take care of a 100%. Business. And 100%. I grew up dancing competitively. So I was like on a very like, so when I even left high school, I was like, what am I supposed to do? I think that's why college really didn't work for me. Cause I was like, this is what we do all day. So then now it's not a question to like be like so regimented. And I think that's a hard thing for people, but discipline is where you're going to find a lot of success.
Yeah, 100%. How do you use that competitive drive in your business?
Oh, I am so competitive. I think it's good to have people around you who are also competitive. I think that's healthy because we can be in a business that can feel really lonely, you know, especially if you're just like, I guess I work from home today. Like there's no one around. Like find people to like hold you accountable and be competitive with them. Like I'm on a team and we're competitive with each other. You know, it's always good to be like, oh my gosh, that is so awesome from them. Like if she did it, like I know I can do it too.
Yeah. And
then you want to like, you guys just all start running together. But I'm really competitive.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Anything else you want to dive into?
I think that's it.
Okay. Well, it's been really fun to watch your business grow.
Thank you.
And I hope you hit 204 this year.
Well, the goal's 111, but that would be amazing.
You're like, let's go, a few more. Yeah.
Yes, the goal is 111, so we'll get there.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Frannie, thanks so much for taking your time.
Yeah.
I know it's valuable. And we'll catch everybody on the next episode.